All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to Honcast here. Honcast coming at you. We got Hon Tour Season 4 action of what is, of course, cycle number 2. Coming at you. Yes, excited to be here. We got cycle 2, 8 total cycles to be played. We are 1 down. Complexity came in, taking the first cycle in the end. Here we are with our second cycle, which did, of course, start this previous weekend here, and will go on into, well, a couple of weeks, as it always plays out. So, again, excited to be here. Hopefully you guys are as well. We are definitely got some good matches planned for you today, as always, as you can, well, let's show you on your screen right here. As far as what the plan is for today, so the schedule that's coming at you. Bad Monkey Gaming versus Fresh is what we're kicking it off with. X-Sync versus Revolution also happening here at the same time. Obviously, we'll keep an update on that. And also X-Sync versus Evil Corporation, a.k.a. Reason Gaming. I guess doing a name change here. I'm getting caught up myself, to say the least, here coming back from a little bit of a break. But those are the two teams, and obviously that's definitely setting up to be a great matchup later on today. So, again, to say the least, excited to be here. And yeah, with that said, obviously, I am going to be, I am back. I was gone for the weekend, so I kind of quickly glanced through it and looked at some results, and things kind of playing out maybe as expected for the most part. I will say, you know, again, the name change coming out of Reason Gaming definitely caught me off guard a little bit, now known as Evil Corporation here. But they also played a lot of matches. In fact, you look at the group standings, how things are shaping up. They only have one more match to play, which is, well, their match later today against X-Sync. So they're actually sitting in a very comfortable spot, though, at 12 points, way up there. But again, they have basically played all of their matches, their final one later today. Everyone else still has plenty of matches to play. You see how it's shaping up so far, though. And again, to say the least, nothing too radical as far as results so far. But the matchup that we do have at hand here is Bad Monkey Gaming versus Fresh coming at you. Now, I want to stress right off the bat here, I'm going to be doing a solo cast here for the time being now. Oh, you know what? Actually, it looks like I may have just gotten a co-caster. Hey, yeah, I still need one, actually. So I just got a response, finally. I've reached around trying to get a co-caster here. No one was available, though, so figured I would do the solo casting. But let me see. Let me get this figured out real quickly. Of course, happens right as we start here. So, okay, here we go. Here, let me just call him. There we go. Let's make this happen. There we go. Hey, Saint. Are you there? Oh, my God, I think you're muted. 1 second. Yeah, I still have my Skype muted. There we go. Are you there?
Yes.
Okay.
Hi. Hello.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Awesome. I'm wet. It's raining a lot.
Okay.
I just got home.
Awesome. Right on. Well, welcome. Well, I literally just started the cast, and I was just saying how I'm going to be doing a solo cast, and sure enough, I get a Skype message from you. So there we go. That works out pretty well.
Casting.
Yeah, I'm happy to have you on. I know you were casting yesterday, actually, here on Honcast, and got
great
some good
success. I only fucked up like 5 times, so that was great.
Hey, it happens. It happens. But
yeah, well, it was great. It was a joy. I'm happy you're back, and so you can take over.
Oh, I'm glad to be here. I really am. And it seems like I have a lot to catch up on, man. Just gone for 1 weekend, really. But man, a lot of games were played. And a lot of interesting results, but overall, though, shaping up maybe nothing too crazy in the end. The one thing that was throwing me off guard a little bit, noticing that Reason Gaming, now known as Evil Corporation here, so that was interesting to see. But
I'm thrown off a little bit about that as well. I guess they disagreed with the sponsor or something, but
I don't know.
I guess it's Evil Corporation now.
I guess it is. So that's what they're going by. But anyways, the matchup that we do have ahead. Are you in the game, by the way? Were you able to?
Yes.
Okay. So
I just joined.
Figured you were. Okay. Good. So here we are. We got Bad Monkey Gaming versus Fresh is the matchup that we're casting here. And now I am noticing off the bat here as well, there is a player with the name Fusin, but spelled backwards. I think that is Boxy. I think he was having trouble for some reason on his main account connecting. I don't know what the issue was, but I believe, I'm getting confirmation here. That is actually Boxy. So I don't know what the deal is, but just to clarify.
I think he did it wrong, though. Like, it spells Fisun.
Oh, my God, you're right.
Yeah, he did it wrong. No credit for that one.
Wow. I wonder if that was actually on purpose or if they just simply screwed that up. Wow. Poor coordination coming out here.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, we got already a lot to talk about, so here we go, St. Rocks. We got a good matchup here again. These are 2-game series here, of course, in the group stages.
Yes.
The draft already coming about, and Fresh was able to get their hands on Clanks right away. They actually first picked the Clanks here to start it off. We had Clanks into Magnus, Moraxis into Moira, Andromeda into Dr. Repulsor. And then we have even the Moraxis now into Madman coming out, so... First pick of the Clanks, though. You got to be feeling good if you're mint here already.
Definitely, he's a really strong carry, and they got the Andro to secure that if he actually gets caught, which is one of his liabilities, he will be swapped out, ready to do damage again.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think they got the carry out damage output covered with Andro Clanks. Then it's up to Pharaoh, Moraxis, and Parasite to get Clanks into the game before the aggression from BMG kicks in.
Yeah, definitely. Keeping him alive. It seems like that's just a strategy that any Clanks picking team would go with in the end. It's about keeping him alive because he's a hero that most certainly can do all the damage necessary in those team fights with that goon squad and everything. So, they got a very protective team around him, definitely. Parasite, the final pick, so maybe not necessarily a protective hero, but one that can definitely get some solo kills here. So
yeah. He can create some space. He's good at creating space.
Okay.
Oh, Blitz. I mean, in the sense that, compared to Legionnaire or Solstice that are just basically sitting in the jungle until like minute 10, 15 in there between, Parasite can go and gank people with Skeleking, level 4, and try to create space that way. Legionnaire and Solstice are a little bit more clumpy in that sense. And that was a Blitz pickup here on what do we see?
Final pick Blitz coming at you, and it is going to be more of a secondary support Blitz, it looks like here, of course, coming out for what is Bad Monkey Gaming over here. But yeah, not an everyday hero. In fact, Revolution's the only team that I feel like has been running it lately here in these group stages, at least for Tour Season 4. So BMG liking the Blitz, though.
Yeah, I mean, he is exceptional against the Pharaoh Suicide simply because he can put on his, what's it called, Pilfering?
Yeah.
And Pharaoh will have a very tough time getting away from Blitz, while Blitz is just charging up his mobility, and Pharaoh's losing it, of course. If Blitz manages to juke around the mummies, Pharaoh's going to take a lot of damage. So he will, Blitz should have a pretty easy time boxing out Pharaoh if he has the vision between the trees.
Good point there. I wonder if Blitz is going to be... It seems like, again, Fusen has just basically kept in that main support role, so he's probably still going to be more of the main support here in the end.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, there's something to it that getting a Polki and Moira could definitely be a lot of value compared to, I don't know, Blitz usually goes Energizer, right? So I'd probably go with the Polki and Moira rather than Energizer and Blitz, but it does seem that Fusen has been playing these hard supports rather than the second supports, as we kind of, thought he was going to be playing mostly coming into the season.
Yeah, that was it. And part of me almost wonders if he was almost saying that just to maybe throw teams off a little bit, but because again, it's like right from the beginning of the group stages, we saw what we kind of expected of them and have seen in the past. So maybe they just changed their mind last minute too. That's possible. But now, again, coming to this matchup real quickly to refer to the standings here. Obviously, Bad Monkey Gaming and Fresh, they're actually tied currently, both at 4 points. But BMG has played one more game. They are 1-1-1, whereas Fresh is 1-1-0. So has not lost yet. But Fresh, they're coming off that first cycle, of course, that, to say the least, didn't go the greatest here. For them. They did end up finishing in that 5th, 6th place spot, so it's not like they had to play a relegation match at least. But it was a little disappointing with the result, most certainly. So they're looking for a little bit of redemption here, you could say.
Definitely. They were not happy. I know for a fact that internally as a team, they were not happy with the results at all. They were styling after that top 3.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to pull an effort to get higher this season. This cycle.
Yeah. And you know what? I was actually intrigued. We had the podcast that we did, and I was intrigued because there was rumors that maybe some roster changes were going to be happening, but we see the same 5. We see the same 5 for now, so that's nothing there at least yet, so we'll continue to keep an eye on that, of course.
I'm not going to spoil anything, but something tells me that this cycle's results will decide what happens for this team, I
Okay.
think.
All right. Fair enough.
But nothing official, of course.
Of course, of course. All right, but to start things off, you do see they got the defensive ward aside here in their own jungle, did mint, but a couple of aggressive wards put down by BMG, both of them, at least one being set up to block the pole camp down here, so looking to address the Parasite early on. Madman and Blitz are both down here currently, by the way.
That's an interesting lane. I mean, I kind of figured that if Blitz wasn't going to be dealing with Pharaoh top, they were going to be trial laning, but this looks more like a duo lane. A 2-1-2 kind of lane instead of the 1-2-2 that we usually see. So I'm a little bit interested as to why they're doing this. It's
yeah. Well,
it just seems obvious to me. Like Mint already read this. They're laning Clank's mid.
You're right, yeah, they're adjusted off the bat, so they saw this coming. I mean, I guess maybe the Ward of Sight spotted the Blitz down here. Maybe that kind of gave them the information ultimately of, you know what, let's just send Clanks to the middle, be safe with it. But if you're BMG here, though, I assume, yeah, we already see him moving, that Blitz is now going to end up in the middle lane. And sure, Dr. Blitz isn't necessarily the craziest lane combination, or one you would think maybe, but
It's pretty bad in mid lane because Blitz utilizes his chase potential usually as a support, and Doctor also wants to be close range. Actually,
oh, there we go. They're going to jump in. Yeah, Andromeda's in trouble. Serenia, he's going to fall here. Bloodlust kill Fusin coming out. So maybe Blitz Doctor, maybe not crazy strong, but you throw a Moira in there, and, well, that does it.
Definitely. Did the job. One thing we haven't touched is the fact that Clanks is a hero that is really happy about those ancient stacks. And both Andro and Pharaoh can stack them without actually physically being next to them. So that's some nice utility they have there as well to secure the ancient stacks when Clanks get his Thunderclaw. That's what Imberboy does all the time. That's what Reason are good at. They stack the ancients for Imberboy, and he just his GPM skyrockets.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they are very routine with that for sure. So, Probusk, of course, playing the Clanks right here for Fresh, and obviously definitely one of the better carry players out there, but again, Fresh's success, not that great at Cycle 1, so trying to change that here for Cycle 2, and most certainly he's going to be a big way to lead the way, at least. So the other lanes, though, have kind of flushed out as well. I mean, it ends up kind of being a 1 versus 1 top. Fusin, he's been spending a lot of time both ganking middle, and now even doing the pull here at the top lane. So Pharaoh's able to get a couple of levels. He's level 3 currently.
I think it's safe to say that he's supposed to lose the 1v1 matchup against Magnus due to the volcanic touch ability of Magnus. So I think it's smart of Fusion to simply just start pulling the pool camp so he can get some extra XP. He actually just got enough for level 2, so now he has his Emerald Forge.
Yeah.
And he will be able to gank mid. Oh, sorry.
No, I was watching it, so good. Baltazar simply, that was an Invis Parasite. He got an Invis rune, and sure enough, nothing Baltazar could really do about it by the time he was opened on, so good pressure and rune control coming out there. Although the bottom rune, they do have a Ward of Sight on it, so
yeah.
I think
They
they maybe do
noticed.
something.
Someone should have kept an eye out for that, though. But really well done from Ice and Gogo. It's really important that this mid lane doesn't get completely crushed. And they started off getting ganked by Mora. So I was actually fearing here for Probusk future farm. But this looks promising.
Yeah, so far, hell, 325 gold per minute this early on. Not too shabby. Top lane, Zibbe and that's going to confuse me now, damn it. Zibbe and Boxy going at it. This is Boxy once again, to clarify. He just apparently, according to him, there was an issue with his mana count. I don't know, but that is actually Boxy. But bottom lane, Moraxis versus Madman. How is that one shaping up? 18-0 Moraxis. You got a Madman that's 20-6 currently. So Make is actually having the better time so far. Oh, a lot of pressure there. Gonna be fine.
Definitely. I'm not actually sure. Moraxis is getting put under a lot of pressure here, and I don't think Haxorn built to lane against the Madman with this mana battery pickup, and that might be it as to why Maki is having a greater time down here. Moraxis is a pretty solid 1v1er. But yeah, I mean, it's not like Haxorn is getting crushed or anything. It's just Maki is doing slight better.
Yeah. having the little bit better of a time now as we say that. Here
going.
comes Parasite. Stomp out. Parasite with that Skeleton King next. Going to hit. The dust coming out just in case. And easily secures the kill to follow. Very well done indeed. Haxrin actually credit for the kill right there. So, yeah, Madman usually a pretty slippery hero, but you get that dust, and all of a sudden it changes it quite a bit.
Yeah, Maki was playing very confident, and obviously too much of the good for his own sake down here with the Parasite moving in. He doesn't have vision. This water from Ruler Sea only blocks the pool camp. It doesn't really spot anything from Admin, so yeah. But the favor has been turned. Action is in the lead down here now.
Yeah, no, that's obviously going to be very beneficial for him. He hits level 6 first now. On top of that, so as the Matrax, so the idea of getting killed and even now getting another kill is very likely. So middle lane action. We do see Clinks is going to be stunned there by more of the illusion coming in, but he gets the Hawk off in time. And it's able to fly away. No counter kill or anything like that, but good defensive support there. Oh,
Pharaoh's trying to do something sneaky here.
Yeah.
He's not being very sneaky about it, though.
Kind of just walking up there. I mean, if he was level 6, different story, but he's not, so not much.
He's afraid to lane top because of the Magma's ulti with Moira. There's nothing you can do to stop it, really, if Moira gets in on him. The stun combination between the two heroes is going to allow Magnus to get his ulti up. Oh, mid.
Well, once again, bottom lane. Yeah, Madman's actually going to be chased down here, and what's he doing? Oh, did he get immobilized? I don't know if I've ever seen that, to be honest. It feels like they're either dead or they get away by that time or something, but he actually got immobilized by the 4th axe of Moraxis.
This time around, we actually got to see the balance patch kicking in here. Moraxis with the 4th axe immobilizing Madman. I don't think the slow was going to be enough, but I mean, it was there.
Yeah. And all the changes there. Yeah, Haxrin though, all of a sudden again, it wasn't like getting dominated, but he was losing the lane early on, but that's completely changed now. He has 2 kills.
Yep.
And all of a sudden over 400 GPM on this Moraxis. He's going to walk back to base right here. He's lacking some regen and a little bit low on life, so playing it safe.
It's a really good call from Iceland Gogo to put some pressure on this Madman so Hax has a good time, because Hax is going to be very important for them. He's going to be the tanky guy that sits in the front. Pharaoh is not usually the tanky guy. He jumps in and catches someone, and then he usually dies for it. Meraxis, you want to see him have some nice farm going, so he can jump in and survive the jump.
Yeah.
So it's really good that Iceland Gogo is sacrificing his own farm a little bit to get some ganks off on this Madman.
How about this Magnus, though? All of a sudden, kind of need to pay attention to him, because Boxy of around 400 GPM himself, in fact, going to surpass that here as he takes out a nice little stacked camp that was ready for him, apparently, in the jungle as he's rotating through. So some rotations coming out now on either side.
Yeah.
As we see here.
I mean, Magnus is living the life here. All these small stacks for him, or big stack, mid?
Yeah, middle lane. They're going to jump onto Blitz right there. He's going to be fine, though. Madman looking for the turn kill. In comes Moore. Can he get a sharp? The hard cut off. Puts it on a Boxy or Mackay right there, and down goes Andromeda. I keep wanting to call Madman Boxy. I mean, we're so used to that, but no, that's in the hands of Mackay here. And they get the nice turn kill on Andromeda.
But yeah, Boxy's having a great time here. He is actually the top farmer in the game right now. All these stacks and the Volcanic Touch, he's just been able to flash farm him, while Doctor has been able to get some farm top. He didn't feel comfortable mid lane, I'm sure, after going down that one time to the Parasite gank. So some pretty solid rotation coming out here. It doesn't hurt anyone, to be honest, when Magnus can just farm in the jungle. And Madman is now getting XP in mid without really being in danger of dying.
Yeah.
It's getting some info here.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be going for any kind of kill, of course, by any means, but simply scouting things out. He sees the level 6 Pharaoh in the background, and that's great information, because if he wasn't seeing this, then Madman may be playing a little bit more aggressively and could have very likely gotten caught. Now you see a TP coming in. Veiled Rot Magnus coming in, so they're looking for some counterplay here.
Yes. This is Madman baiting it.
Yep. Oh, no, he's falling back, though. A little surprised by that. You figure, yeah, he's going to kind of go in right here. All right, let's have some fun.
All right, there we go. No. Okay. Aki is playing very careful here. He really doesn't want to dive.
Yeah, well, Not going to get any kill opportunity if that's the case. Oh,
Oy.
Magnus just misses us down. Here comes a counterplay. As the TPs are going to be coming in now, but again, there are numbers here for BMG over Magnus. Boxy, he's trying to run. The stomp's going to miss. All these TPs, can they get a kill? I don't know if they can. Oh, maybe. Actually, Miraxis, yeah, he's going to charge him down. The Arcane Shield doing work there, and down it goes Magnus in the end. So they are able to successfully get a turn kill. A lot of TPs, but hey, they get it. That's what matters.
Blitz is finding a friend here.
Yeah, there's the mummy wall going up, but a little bit too deep to feel comfortable for Fresh right here. In fact, here comes Dr. Pulse now. Baltazar going to dodge another stun here as Haxerin. Back-to-back stuns he's missed. He's going to pop that Matrax, trying to survive. He still has an Arcade Shield, by the way. And they could still turn this once again. It's going to explode soon. Clanks is nearby as there's another stomp, but now the shield is off and Miraxis is exposed. However, he has had some good distance here. He might actually be fine. He pops the dust, and Madman went in the trees. And ultimately is going to get away. That was big.
It was, I mean, a Haxerin is that was really sloppily played from him. He missed 2 stuns in a row, both trying to kill the Magnus. He got the Magnus because Boxy actually missed the Lava Surge on him, trying to get out of there, so he could just chase him down. But he missed a stun there, and then he also missed a stun on 3 people at around the pit. So I would like to see Haxerin step up his game here. That's you want to see your Miraxis hitting those stuns. They're like that's a 2.2 second stun that can really turn the fight around.
Yeah, and actually, 2.25 at level 3 even. So you see Wrath of the Pharaoh, by the way, and nice little sidestep there from Rudif Z. Actually dodges it in the end. So Zibe a little mix of maybe not being on point, but also Rudif Z, well, he was able to react to it, and no boots even necessary to do so. They want to defend this middle tower. And you see they are kind of. I mean, Blitz by himself is scaring them off. And actually managing to do it pretty well.
Guess it's because Magnus isn't showing that they're kind of afraid of going in. They have a feeling that Magnus is setting up with a... They know Magnus has been free farming this whole time. So I guess they're afraid of a pole key popping out.
Yeah. That's very possible. But in the end, not happening. However, they do get the tower kill. So that's what matters here for Fresh, of course, coming out. Speaking of portal key situation, I mean, Miraxis about 1,400 gold saved up. We do got Magnus only 500, but obviously went a very early heavy. Oh, top lane, yeah, Dr. Pulse there. He's going to actually run away there as Pharaoh. Couldn't do enough by himself.
Yeah, actually, Doctor was the one to initiate there. But I think he was a little bit overzealous there because that would have pretty easily been turned by Sibbe. But yeah, about to start getting some damage in and then getting out.
Now, going back to Magnus here real quickly, because, again, this is a hero that had he's had 400 plus GPM throughout this game. He's about 330 right now, still solid. But he went a very, Grave Locket, Blood Chalice. He got a lot of mana here early on.
It's a boxy build. He likes all this build-up. He loves build-up. I wouldn't be surprised to see him. I've seen boxy build like Helm on Magnus. It's sort of a battle build. I am not sure if that's what we're going to be seeing this game around, but I've seen Boxy do all these weird combinations of items that sometimes work, sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
But right now, he's just sustaining himself in the jungle with the Chalice and the Grave Locket just for the extra mana. He might honestly go for the Tablet Helm. That was his build.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, I'm not sure what to expect from Boxy, honestly.
That he definitely is one of those players. I do agree there, but man, going no PK on a Magnus just seems like it's not a good idea. So
yeah,
I kind of hope for their sake he does. But
yeah, definitely. I would expect him to get the pole key.
Yeah,
no doubt. But I just want to mention I have seen him go.
I do remember that actually. Yeah, Helm of the Black Legion style. I definitely do remember that kind of build. What else was I going to bring up? Dang, I had another thing to bring up about Magnus. We'll get back to it later. Top lane, Dr. Pulse are able to push in the tower, and he's still going here, as we see.
Oh, Miraxis.
There's the jump, though, from Miraxis. Guess who has a portal key? It's Miraxis. And they completely catch Dr. Pulsar off guard. So, as we're talking about the idea of a portal key, sure enough, Miraxis shows his and gets a kill out of it.
Yeah, really well timed by both of them. Oh, Mid lane.
Yeah, he's going to drop middle now. He actually gets away from Magnus in the meantime, but now they're going to look to jump on him. Pops the Arcane Shield, running. There, RTP's coming in. The Hellborn team, they're the ones that need to be careful. Lightning Shackle's coming out, but the nice stun on a Blitz. The creep waves around him, and down he goes. So it will be another kill in favor. And another portal key. Hax runs on top of it. This portal key doing wonders as you would expect. The disjoint attempt from Magnus, it's not going to be enough. He goes down, and ultimately 3 kills, one after the other, all because of Moraxis jumping in with a portal key to set it up.
Yep. This is what I was talking about. Haxon just stepping up his game. He just gave his team a very noticeable lead here. And one thing to notice is Boxy was trying to disjoint the Parasite ulti. Parasite ultied from the ledge and silenced him, so he couldn't stun away. But his Steam Bath didn't disjoint it. Usually you're able to disjoint stuff like that with your Steam Bath, but
yeah.
I think he done it. He did it just a second too late. The Steam Bath went off, but he actually got silenced and got stunned by Andrew.
Yeah, notice that too. Yeah, it's one of those funky things where it's like the same frame kind of deal.
Yeah.
And as a result,
it
didn't work. Parasite, he is being chased down, and I don't think he's getting away from this one. No, he infested the last second, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, that was just
he dies to the. He dies to the volcanic touch when the creep gets killed by Magnus. That's kind of silly. But
real quickly, think back on that point you were making. Now that I think about it, if he was dusted, then it wouldn't have mattered, and he very likely may have been dusted. To be honest,
that's true. But why would they carry? Oh, right, Madman. Of course, yeah. That's a good point. That could very well have been a dust for Madman that hit Magnus as well.
Yeah, I think that may would have been. So
I think you're right.
An issue
that
there
would make
for
sense.
him. How about Fusen, by the way? Level 7. He actually, first off, he has a portal key, so always great to see that. And he's been prioritizing. You mentioned the idea of getting a portal key more. Obviously, always so important if you can. And sure enough, has it here very early on. In fact, even before the Magnus, which part of me is like, okay, that shouldn't happen. But
yeah, that's Boxy being very build-up-y.
Yeah.
And also, it's Rude who's been buying all the wards this game. So yeah. He is definitely playing a hard support Blitz, which makes sense to me at least. Blitz has no spells that are depending on his items or anything like that, so it's not totally uncalled for.
Yeah. Middle lane? Nope. Madman just going to stalk on out. I remember the point that I was going to bring up about Magnus from earlier as well was the Grave Locket. Going back to that, I mean, something to remember about the Grave Locket item, it is a nice mana increase. Eventually can make a Sacrificial Stone, of course, which is solid. But the reduction on Death Timer is actually a pretty nifty thing, especially earlier on in the game. You're looking at 10 seconds less that you get as long as you got a kill charge on it. So it's something that's actually, you gotta, I guess the point is, again, just remembering that it is a little bit more than just simply mana, of course, and some stat involved. True. So, but I still think the portal key, though, is still a hard to pass up for priority.
This is almost like suicide timing on a Magnus, like portal key. Usually a Magnus suicide gets the portal key at around minute 20. Because he doesn't have that much farm. Bucks is sitting at 330 GPM, but he still doesn't have his portal key.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I feel like they are not taking advantage of their Doctor Magnus Blitz Moira lineup here with this late portal key timings.
Yeah. Well, failed rod here from Magnus. He's looking.
Yeah. They're grouping up mid, like the Hellborn team. They want to get this tower definitely and hopefully force a fight for them before Clanks has the Shrunken. Oh, Clanks getting gone on?
Yeah, this is an interesting spot. Now, Moira going in with the illusion, but here comes the counterplay from Pharaoh jumping on a Magnus who's trying to maybe steal the Ancients. In the meantime, he goes down back here. Whoa, Root of Z gets picked off. He got really
very deep.
Yep. Didn't even realize that. I guess he's following up the Moira illusion, but, well, that's kind of a risky play, of course, because it is just an illusion after all.
Yeah. I mean, Magnus was in the trees around. He were in the trees around the Ancients, but he couldn't get in range for the stun on Clanks, and he couldn't. That way, he couldn't set up the kill.
Yeah.
So Boxy are probably a little bit sad that he didn't have the pole key. He got it like 10 seconds after the courier. But yeah. Bot lane, Madman did get to push the tower, so it was sort of a decent trade for BMG, to be honest.
And you also look at what Mankey does get with the farm that he's had this game, 366 gold per minute or so. The full shrunken head is now finished. Exactly. Onto him. And, of course, it does seem like against this Legion side, it's going to be a pretty strong item here.
Yeah,
for him to have, so.
They have barely any physical damage. Clangs is mostly a magic damage DPSer. So Madman is probably going to be able to get a lot of damage off before he finds himself in a situation where he needs to back off.
Yeah.
Clanks also just finished his Shrunken Head, so it's sort of the same situation here. They have very little physical damage on the other side, so Clanks will probably also have a good time in teamfights. Mm-hmm. I expect Madman to go pretty much straight for him in teamfights. Madman just running in invis, then Shrunken heading up, and then just going for the Clanks, trying to pushing out of the teamfight.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it does seem like Mammoth is a pretty good hero for that, in that he's obviously got the stock ability to kind of get in there quickly, and a hero that most certainly the idea of a Shrunken Head is very powerful on him because inherently his skill set allows him to actually do some pretty good damage as long as he can sit on a target especially. So, good against Clanks in that aspect, can ideally stay on top of him, especially once he gets that Shrunken Head. And then, of course, you throw in a Doctor Repulsor on top of that, it can chase pretty effectively, and a lot of just portal key stun initiation. So, yeah, it seems like they did draft a pretty strong team to go up against this Clanks here.
Yeah. I mean, Clanks, I assume was first picked. I didn't quite see it.
It was, yeah.
But I think Fusen has. It kind of shows on their lineup that they're prepared for this Clanks pick. Mid lane.
Alright, man, going to be jump, but in comes the Archivist. I was going to say, that was a defensive one right there. Shoot. But the follow-up from Pharaoh, here comes the Eruption. Not enough damage, though. Just securing the kills, LA's and Mammoth. He's sticking in there with not much life, but the Shrunken Head, of course, going to be fine for Amaraxis, though. He's still following, catches Magnus. Magnus is going to go down. Dr. Repulsor has a regen rune off to the side, but he just gets there a little bit too late, unfortunately, and can't really make a play out of it yet, at least.
That's really unfortunate that Balthazar wasn't ready there. He's seeing this. Clanks is seeing it as well, though.
Well, Clanks is out of mana now. Not that that's a huge issue, but they want to go back in. You can tell this. He's still hanging around. Okay, there goes the return, and it actually does wear off. And in the end, there's the jump from Moira. Mammoth following suit, and here we go. It's round 2, baby. They get the quick kill on Andromeda, and Pharaoh can drop in low. Yes, we'll get the kill on him, it looks like, but Dr. Pulsar did fall in return. In fact, now Mammoth in trouble. The Word of Revelation, he is dusted as well. He is stalking away, though. Good speed, but again, the portal key from Araxis to follow it up and easily securing the fight in the end for Fresh right there.
Hagstern is making so much work for his team. He is on every kill, and he's like... His lockdown, the Maraxis stun that is now 2.5 seconds, it's such a huge deal. He is technically the only safe stun they have with the Polki, of course. So it's amazing to see that he really stepped up this game and came into sort of carrying his team in team fights, more so than Clanks.
Absolutely. I mean, 5-0-4, that's a hell of a stat line 22 minutes into the game, and definitely, I mean, we were even calling him out a little earlier for missing a couple of stuns, and I remember in that one fight that happened, but he made up for that big time. And plus more here as we progressed on. So huge indeed for the Legion side.
It's good to see that he's not a player that tilts after a bad play. He has the mental capacity to come back and play strong, even though he made a mistake early. And that's a really strong quality in a player like that want to go big. Mid lane, I think they're trying to go for a blitz here.
Yeah, they're trying. He can see him, but just really can't get the greatest angle. Good play by Rudolph to prevent that. Of course, no one is going up against a Pharaoh. Meanwhile, Mora is going to catch Pharaoh. Here comes Dr. Repulsor, but Blitz kind of charged in there in the background. Easily going to be killed off. Arcane Vortex going to be used the Eruption in the midst of that. Going off, not doing the most damage, though, because of it. Dr. Repulsor, he'll end up going down. Magnus is like, kill me, Kongor! He tried. Iceland Kogo gets credit, though, and a 3-for-0 exchange in favor of Fresh. You can tell the momentum is really going now for Mint here, and I don't know if BMG is going to be able to stop it if this keeps up here.
It's looking tough. The Andrew swap on Clanks was also big. He swapped him right out of Magnus ulti, so he didn't, Probus barely took any damage that fight, and it just seems they don't have the follow-up. Madman is going to try to go in here? No. Mara put on his stun on him, but Doctor was like, nah, bro, I'm not going.
Magnus and Doctor are still dead. They're not buying back. Yeah, that would be a very... They pretty much have to concede these racks. I mean, he's going to try. So he's going to put some pressure out. Okay, going to see what they can make happen. I mean, he does have a shrunken head. They catch Clinks, actually. And Clinks will fall, so definitely a good start here for BMG. But, they already lost the melee racks, though, so at the same time.
In the end, the racks goes down there. Mint is definitely happy.
And the fight does continue. In fact, Dr. Pulsar is going to get bursted down. Pharaoh keeping them distracted, and now Maki's low. And Maki will go down. Nice moment while push on a Magnus as soon as he portal keyed in right there, causing a little bit of a delay before he's able to stun. And now he's trying to run away, but that's not going to happen either. So even though they get the Clinks pick to start it off, they still lost the racks. And on top of that, though, they then feed more kills to the Legion side, and the lead just even grows bigger and better.
This is like BMG. Balthasar is 0-5, 280 DPM. He is having such a rough time. He goes down every team fight, where Clanks is having a much better time. And look at Haxern, 7-0-6, 450 DPM. He is going to be that tanky mess that I was talking about. I'm not sure if that's a shrunken head he's preparing, but if it is, he's going to be near unkillable for the Hellborn team.
Yeah, you figure what the Mighty Blade really makes here. That seems like the only practical one we're going to be seeing.
I mean,
so.
unless he's going Frostwolf, but that would be silly.
That seems a little over the top. But there we go, in fact. The Shrunken Head is finished. So, yeah, he's 7-0-6 again. Just hell of a stat line here. Top lane, you got Iceland Go-Go having fun with them.
Yep. I mean, that's what you do with Parasite. When you're not facing a Cthulhu Fan or an Alk Bones, you just sit and push towers like that. They can't catch you. What are they going to do? They're gonna look at your catapult and watch you run away with like 410 movement speed. It's kind of sad, but that's how you play Parasite these days.
How about his decision? Now, you know what? I'm actually blanking. I don't know if he went the Astrolabe first or not.
He did. He did.
Did he? Okay.
Astro, Blood Chalice.
Oh, and now he's going Puzzle Box. Wow. He just finished it. You like that choice?
See, Iceland Go-Go was like us expecting a massive, like, rotating, I don't know, let's start over that sentence. Kind of messed up.
Rotation?
Iceland Go-Go was expecting the Hellborn team to rotate a lot with Magnus, Doctor, Blitz, and Moira. He was expecting them to be super aggressive, and thus he got a teamfight item very early. And we just missed a kill on Magnus, unless you caught it?
I caught it, for the most part there, yeah. Just finding Magnus in the jungle. They have a very aggressive Vorticite from Serenia here.
Very nicely placed. Right out of the Water of Revelation that we placed uphill.
Yeah. It's just far enough from the obvious spot there, but still gets some very good information, of course. So, hell, got them a kill, and any war that gets you a kill in the end is obviously very worth it.
Definitely. To wrap up my point, he built it to deal with early game aggression. Unfortunately for BMG, they never put any up, so we just had a Clanks that got fat. Dr. Toppling.
He's in trouble. He is going to be able to ludicrous speed away initially, and yeah, he is going to be able to get the distance in the end. But so he got the top tower at least, but Conqueror does go down in the meantime. Now you have a token on Clanks, who also has a Dancing Blade. Talking about Balthazar, by the way, on Doctor, talk about really a hero that hasn't had very much impact. He's 0-5-5 first off, but 0 charges on his icon. He's had it now for, it feels like, 10 minutes at least here, so that's never a good sign either.
He just had a rough time in mid. After the rotation to top lane from mid, Magnus cleaned up the jungle, but it seemed like Balthazar never really, got the farm he needed to get some kills. They didn't play around Balthazar at all. They played around... Who did they play around? They played around... yeah, that's actually like the fact that we blunder that question. What did they play around? Makes me think that their playstyle are not adjusted well enough. They need to have a certain hero to play around mid lane.
Well, yeah, they're gonna catch Pharaoh here. Who, by the way, went a staff for the master on him. So
yeah,
he was going into that.
Wanted HP.
HP, and it is a pretty good staff effect. I mean, the cooldown now only 20 seconds, so ideally you could use it even twice in a fight if it lasts long enough, and also you can use it now on a teammate, which is kind of cool.
Yep.
You figure what he's passing up, things like maybe a barbed armor. Obviously, Puzzle Box wouldn't be happening because Parasite has it here, so I guess it's definitely not a bad pickup by any means. But,
I think not staff, the other thing, barbed armor you were mentioning, I think that would have been really great against Madman. But maybe Civ is just like forfeiting the idea of catching Madman in the fight and simply just going for something else like locking down a Blitz or a Moira or something like that.
Yeah.
I guess that's its idea.
It's a hero that the staff effect, it is one of those, again, it's just like it's not bad to have. So Madman, by the way, so talking about what they're kind of building around, I mean, Make has had a pretty successful game here for the most part. He got the earlier Shrunken. He does have the Brutalizer now. You know, we mentioned it. He is great against his Clanks. But now he's going to have to deal with a Wingbow coming up, as I saw the Snake Bracelet just purchased, and I assume the Steam staff, So that's on the way.
I don't see Madman really doing that much damage to Clanks anymore. Clanks is going to out DPS Madman physically with the Wingbow pickup, and he also has a token, so he doesn't even care that much about Madman. He just gets the damage off on the team, so the team falls due to the ulti bounces, and then what's Madman gonna do alone?
Well, he is working on a Savage, and actually he does have the Slayer portion of it, so he is farming pretty well. If he manages to get a Savage Maze here before they lose another set of racks, you can say there actually still is a decent chance, at least, for BMG, but it's definitely an uphill battle.
Yeah, I mean, look at that.
Yeah,
they still don't have an Alex Bones to deal with the Hell Cannon, and Clanks is just merciless, no mercy for that tower. He's just pounding it.
Yep. And that on top of the Ballista, or the Hell Cannon in this case, from Parasite. So, easy kill. Well, Moira jumping in, but you do see the Arcane Shield from Moraxis. Here comes Magnus with the Eruption follow-up. Not the biggest damage. Andromeda's fine. Swapping in right there, and Clanks is still well alive. Chasing down now. Doctor Repulsor goes down. Mammoth was killed pretty quickly as well, and now they're going into the base. Neither one of them have a buyback. That should do it here for Fresh.
Maybe you didn't see it, but Clanks landed a flashbang on top of Boxy channeling his ulti. So Boxy, Boxy's ulti was super delayed. He got the first 4 charges of the Magnus ulti just on nothing, and then he could use his Polo Key. That was really well played by Bosk.
Yeah. Let me see if I can get that. I think I might have got that on replay here, just to double check what you're referring to there. Here we go. Yeah, you can see the beginning basically. Right here coming at you. You get the tower kill. And I caught that at the last second. You are right. That was a big play indeed. And so that delayed Magnus big time. The Eruption basically worthless as a result of that. And you see Madman and Doctor, they kind of charged and expecting that to hit. And it did not. So that was good coordination indeed. And well played by Probusk there. Hit that flashbang.
It's tough to see, post-game. A Magnus that had 400 DPM in the laning phase, ending with a 171 with 230 DPM. This bothers me a lot because they should have been playing active. Box's build-up items, and it really felt like that delayed Polky missed them a lot of kill opportunities.
Yeah, that's true. It's the idea of not going the Portkey. I don't know if that 100% was the reason by any means, but it's very valid. It is. When you make a decision like that just seems it's so